Good evening. You are watching the MMB Financial News Network. I am Benani Ashraf, broadcasting from Casablanca, Morocco Market Beats, bringing you the eye on the local and international financial news for Friday, September 2nd. In our news today, the Casablanca Stock Exchange closed its Friday trading session in the positive, with its main index, the MAZI, the Moroccan All-Share Index, having slightly increased by 0.08% to 12,136 points. The MSI 20, which is the second major index, including the 20 most liquid stocks, rose by 0.07% to reach 981 points. And the Casablanca ESG 10, a thematic index not long ago created, which calculates the performance of the socially responsible company stock prices. The index remained stable at 0.01% at 905 points, with a total trading volume of the day at 45,970,000 Moroccan dirhams. Now, Casablanca Stock Exchange top gainer during the Friday, September 2nd session was Lesiour Cristal, having increased almost 6% higher at 213 dirhams. Contrary-wise, Wafa Insurance as a top loser of 5% lower at 3,800 dirhams. Now, taking a closer look at the international markets, the U.S. indices had initially opened higher and losing steam the afternoon after rising, following a report on the job market and also after the Russian energy giant Gazprom said that it wouldn't reopen its natural gas pipeline to Germany for now. This is a bad sign for Europeans' ongoing struggle with higher energy prices. Low trading volume on Friday afternoon likely also contributed to the volatility. Therefore, U.S. stocks finished the week on a downbeat note and suffered a third weekly loss. This basically had an impact on the Dow Jones Industrial Average that fell 337 points and 1.1% to reach 31,318 points. The S&P 500 finished losing 42 points as well, down 1.1% to 3,924 points. And the Nasdaq fell 154 points and dropped 1.3% to reach 11,630 points. And that's a look at the closing bell market wrap-up for Friday, September 2nd. Next in our highlights today, Lesiour Cristal's group share of net income amounted to 223 million dirhams for the first half of 2022, compared to 44 million dirhams in the same period the previous year, the group announced in a press release for their semi-annual results. In addition, the pioneer of Morocco's food and beverage manufacturing recorded 3.59 billion dirhams in sales at the end of last June, against 2.36 during the first year of 2021, under the impact of the sharp rise in prices of raw material internationally. This growth was due to business recovery this year compared to the years 2020 and 21, which were marked by the impact of the pandemic on household consumption. Undoubtedly, the US dollar has been showing extraordinary strength against other global currencies, touching new highs and appreciating against the euro, Japanese yen, and other major currencies, and inevitably the Moroccan dirham. With extensive effects globally and within the United States, this is the result of multiple causes. One of them is the US Fed's decision to begin raising interest rates to fight inflation, and also the uncertainty created by the war in Ukraine, fueled by international investors having to shift their assets into the US away from other countries. Knowing that the effects of a strong dollar are mixed, far from being a reliable currency and a safe haven for depositors and investors, a strong dollar can have a negative impact on global economy as well, and on emerging market economies in particular, such as Morocco, that issue government debt in local currency and still do borrow in foreign currency. With this being said, the Moroccan dirham depreciated by 0.83% against the euro and by 0.29% against the US dollar, according to the Moroccan Central Bank. In general, when the dollar rises, this tends to make all those debts more costly, which will make emerging markets currencies depreciate more against the dollar. A strong dollar is certainly associated with lower trade volume and slower growth, unsettling the outlook of the global economy as it overturns everything from the cost of vacation abroad to the profitability of multinational companies. In other news, after showing signs of slightly decent recovery, fuel prices seems to bounce back to their previous highs, causing substantial social unrest in Morocco. From below 14 dirhams a liter for diesel and between 14.7 dirhams and just over 15.5 dirhams a liter for gasoline in the previous month, prices at the pump are resuming their upward trend. Even though oil prices went up almost 3% on Friday to over $89 per barrel, taking a step back and consider the big picture, oil prices are falling. The 3% spike is thought to be related to the OPEC Plus meeting, during which officials might consider lowering production levels. Now, the differences in prices across countries are due to the various taxation procedures and subsidies for diesel, and this is according to the Global Petrol Prices Index. All countries have access to the same petroleum prices of international markets, but then decide to impose different taxes. As a result, the retail price of diesel is different. Coming up next, here's a look now of foreign currencies and major commodities. And that's all we have for you today. For more on the latest business news, keep it here to MMB Financial News Network. I am Benani Ashraf. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Subscribe and stay classy.